Hello and happy Friday, everyone. TGIF, by the way. Okay, it's Kim Hong here, and I'm here to share another trade idea with you guys, okay? So the trade idea that I'll be sharing today is on Aussie dollar, okay? US retail sales in August surprised the market. So yesterday, okay, the US Census Bureau actually reported an rise in consumer spending in August, okay? Okay, an increase in consumer spending during the month of August. Okay, headline retail sales rose by 0.7% as opposed to the expectation of a decline by 0.7%. Okay, so market expectation was for consumer spending to decline in August. Okay, yes, because of the rise in COVID cases that actually causes people to not like dine in and not to carry out physical shopping, okay, in-store shopping and things like that. So there was a expectation that consumer spending would decline, would drop, right? But however, there was actually an increase in consumer spending, all right? So this increase, okay, as reported, was mainly due to back to school shopping, okay? So I think recently there were several news on schools in the United States starting to open up, starting to return to the in-class settings, okay, in-class settings for delivering the program, right, the education program, be it a bachelor's degree, master's degree, bachelor's program, master's program, or middle school programs and things like that. So yes, with this whole opening up of economy and returning to school for physical lessons, okay, parents definitely will have to parents and students, okay, will definitely have to do some back to school shopping, right, to buy the materials required, and that actually drove the retail sales up in August. Okay, now that's the main driver. It was also reported that shoppers turn to online shopping. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, with the rise of cases in the United States, COVID cases in the United States. Okay, instead of going for in-person shopping, in-store shopping, in-store shopping, many shoppers are actually turning to online shopping. It's convenience. You get whatever items you purchase delivered to your doorstep. Okay, and most importantly, you reduce your exposure, okay, to potential COVID carriers, outside your home, right? So yeah, as a result, okay, because the market was expecting a decline in consumer spending in August, but what they get is a increase in consumer spending. As a result, there was actually a surprise delivered, okay, by the retail sales. So if you guys actually look at the charts, okay, US dollar pairs, for US dollar pairs yesterday, when the retail sales data was released, okay, you would have seen a strengthening of the US dollar across the board. All right, so that is my main motivation, okay, behind this trade idea. So let's switch over to our charts. Oh, and one more thing to note, okay, it's also fundamentally related to Aussie dollar, right? Is that yesterday the Australian Bureau of Statistics actually released the labor data, okay, the jobs report for Australia, and it was terrible. Okay, it was terrible. I think it was reported that some 140,000 jobs were lost, okay, in August. Okay, so that actually led to a decline in the Australian dollar across the board. Okay, and on top of that, remember that the Reserve Bank of Australia has recently carried out a dovish tapering. No, tapering is good, but it was a dovish tapering due to the extension of the QE, okay, the current QE by 3 months. Okay, so initially they wanted to extend QE. Well, initially they wanted QE, the third round of QE, to run from September right now, okay, to November. But then they actually decide to extend it from November to February 2022, okay, because of the whole COVID cases, you know, reimposements of lockdown measures across Australia, okay. So because of all this uncertainty caused by Delta variant, you know, the RBA actually deemed it's probably better to, you know, to just extend QE to February 2022, so as to let the central bank, okay, have more time to reevaluate the situation, okay. Anyway, it's unlikely that they're going to carry out further taper anytime soon, all right. So with this whole weakening, fundamental weakness coming from Australia, and strength in the coming from US, okay, I'm actually looking to sell the Australian US, okay, the Aussie dollar pair, all right. So as you can see from the chart, you know, price has been I think for the past 5 days, okay, for the past 4 or 5 days, trading days, okay, Australian dollar, Aussie dollar, okay, the pair Aussie dollar has been trading around the 0.73 handle, okay, this blue line over here, 0.73 handle, key level, round level, psychological level, however you want to call it, all right. Yes, although I'm looking to sell, I would want Aussie dollar to actually break below this key handle, okay, this handle, this key figure, before I'll be looking for selling opportunities, okay. Hence, I will have a sell stop order set at 0.726. That is my target figure, right? So in a scenario whereby this trade idea is being triggered, okay, where would my stop loss be set, okay? As of now, my plan, okay, is to set probably around like, okay, let's just 96 pips. Let's just make it 100 pips, all right? To have a round number, right? 100 pips above the 0.726, which is like 0.716, okay? Sorry, 0.736, pardon me, okay? Yeah, that will likely be my stop loss, okay? As for my take profit, I'm most likely going to set it just above, slightly above this level, which is like some 140 pips, okay? So 100 pips, 140 pips, you know, you get a risk reward ratio of like 1:1.4. I think it's still reasonable, you know. So with the strong fundamentals coming in, and take note that the US FOMC, okay, will be announcing their monetary policy decision next week, okay. So there's a lot out there that, you know, there's a lot on the street, Main Street and Wall Street, okay, saying that the US FOMC, Federal Reserve, is likely going to announce a tapering, okay? Not to carry out tapering yet, but to announce a tapering, okay? So perhaps for December, okay, or maybe early 2022, right? So if they were to carry out a tapering announcement next week during their meeting, then chances are we're going to see a medium-term strengthening of the US dollar, okay? And that will definitely help boost USD in this sense, okay? Definitely push the Aussie dollar down lower, okay? Which is why, you know, fundamentally, I have all these different news stacked up to actually, you know, form my conviction, okay, for a sell trade in the Aussie dollar, all right? So I've come to the end of my sharing, okay? So if you guys actually like this trade idea, you know, just give us a thumbs up, okay? Yeah, do check out our YouTube channel as well, because we do post videos on a daily basis, okay, from Mondays to Fridays. So we actually share trade ideas, fundamentals. There's this breaking news section that you know, I actually talk about any upcoming major economic news or data releases, okay, like non-farm payrolls, or even the upcoming monetary policy meetings, okay? So do check out that section next week, okay, because next week will be quite a central bank heavy week, all right? So with that, I will see you guys next week, next Monday, okay? And have a good Friday, okay? Bye-bye.